Hello, I am Kahan Choksi and I will be talking about my CAS experience of learning how to sketch. So basically, I began this in the month of February as it is a career oriented experience that I have taken up. I was very keen in understanding how to sketch in detail because I was a student of product design in the past and I wanted to learn something new and something that was career affiliated too. So I started a basic course in an institute and of basic designing. So firstly, I started from the basics of sketching, and I gradually increased the level of difficulty as I moved forward. So the learning outcomes I covered again in this experience were the learning outcome one, two, three, and four. Firstly, talking about learning outcome one, I had to identify my own strengths and develop areas for growth. So, I will talk about mainly my weaknesses in this field first, as I was not keen about sketching. I thought that I was not really meant for sketching, so it was a really big challenge for me to take this experience up. I was not really experienced with sketching too, as in product design, we were used to doing things online and in simulations. So, the only strength I had in learning this experience was that I had basic knowledge about this field, not any experience in sketching. So my main weakness was not having many experiences or many um, not having a lot of practice in this field. Also, now that I was aware that I was not really used to sketching, I was scared of taking up this experience, but I was also courageous enough to take it that I would learn something new. Moving on to the second learning outcome, demonstrating challenges that have been undertaken and developing new skills in the process. I have developed a lot of new skills in the process as I have understood how I could have used the knowledge I have right now in my product design years in the past. So I know that I have learned a lot of new techniques, a lot of new skills. I have also learned how to sketch well after giving a lot of practice into it of hours and hours, giving in daily hours of practice into sketching. I have now overcome that fear in me that I don't know how to sketch or I can't sketch. As even if I see something that is tough, I will try it for 5 to 10 times, and I know that I will be able to do it. Also, I know after this, uh, taking on to different challenges will be easy, as I have now overcome that fear of not trying something new. So now I am courageous enough. I know that I am a risk taker and I can do anything if I try to set my mind to it. It is also important to learn new skills as it will help us in the long run of having more knowledge about different areas of fields, and it will also help us. It will help me in this case for my career, as I was thinking about taking architecture, and architecture is really basically a lot of sketching. So I wanted to overcome this fear and try to just take a shot at learning how to sketch and do something new. So the third learning outcome states initiating and planning a CAS experience. So it was really hard for me to organize this, as I already had a heavy schedule and I started, and I thought I finally set my mind to learning how to sketch after school started. So I really had to make time, and as sketching requires a lot of practice and a lot of hours, and it requires rigorous practice. So I had to really organize myself and give all of my time dedication to CAS experiences, to school, and to the extended essay. So it was really hard to organize, but I finally pulled it off. And after learning all of this and after planning this, I know that in the future it will be really easy for me to plan things and also implicate those things. It is important to know how to plan and initiate activities as it is a daily part of our lives. Not only the IB, not only in the IB, but in our daily lives too. We will also have different extracurricular curricular activities, or in the long run, we will have businesses or any internships we will have to run, or anything we take up. It will require a lot of planning and good initiation as well. So now coming on to the learning outcome 4, the final learning outcome to show commitment and perseverance in CAS experiences. This activity itself required a lot of commitment, lot of dedication, and lot of hard work, as I was not confident enough to take it up in the first place. After I took it up, I started building my confidence, I started practicing, and I put in more number of hours in the beginning, as I knew that I had to make my base strong for learning more. So this required a lot of courage as well, and a lot of willpower, as I had to understand that in the building blocks of learning how to sketch, I had to put in my 100% and learn, and try to make the most of the experience. So and the next question is that, is it easy for you to commit to things, to be persistent? Why or why not? And why is showing perseverance and commitment important? Firstly, it's not really easy for me to show commitment to things. It might be easy after one point, but to get to that point is really tough, because I procrastinate a lot, and my main focus was to understand how I could make it a regular practice to sketch every day. As if I didn't sketch every day, the practice would go out of hand, and I would again fall back to square one after a long period of time if I didn't sketch properly. So it was not easy for me to be persistent and to commit to the cause, but I really put in some efforts, and then after a long period of time I understood that I had to do some hard work, as it is also related to my career. Also, it is really important to show perseverance and commitment, as it shows how we can do work, and it shows a pattern, and it also gives us confidence to work in the environment. So this will create a good environment for us, it will give us a good confidence boost, that we can follow something that we have put our mind to, and it will also give us confidence that we can work well in the system of the IB for the future. The final takeaway that I will have is that this experience also gave me a lot to learn from, and um, it also gave me a really good experience after I completed it, as it is related to my career, and it gave me a lot of knowledge that I didn't already have. So some of the learner profiles that I went through, that I followed, were thinker, knowledgeable, principled, and reflective as well, because I had to reflect to what kind of methods I used, what kind of practices I did, and knowledgeable because I implied my knowledge of product design into my sketching. So learning the different angles of designs, learning how different designs can be shown in different ways. All of those things were the past knowledge I had, and I put it into my current use. Also thinker, because I had to think, as it was not only basic sketching, and it was increasing levels and going to a tough level as well. So this was a really good experience for me, a really challenging experience, and I have a lot of takeaways that from this experience. And I'm still sketching and learning a lot, and I hope that I make the most of this experience it's as possible. Thank you.